welcome to your English class. And we were doing Unit 1 of Beehive and Chapter 3 we had started in the last video. Half the chapter I had explained to you in the last video, and today we'll do the remaining part of that chapter. So what we had seen, the name of the chapter is The Little Girl, written by Catherine Mansfield. Now what we had seen, who is that little girl? The little girl is Kezia. And who else is there in her family? She has a grandmother, she has a father there, and she has a mother also there. Now see, what I have done, I have put a cross here. This shows that her relation with her father was not good. And as we were reading yesterday, we had seen that she was frightened of her father. She was afraid of her father. Her father also used to shout at her. And looking at her father only, she just started stuttering. She was not able to speak properly. Alright. So her father's behavior, her father's appearance, and maybe we can say because her father was not talking to her in an affectionate manner, giving her some time, maybe because of that she is going away from her father. She has a dislike for her father. And we had seen that her grandmother tries to bring about a connection between father and daughter. And that is why on Saturdays she sends her to the drawing room to spend some time with father and mother, talk to them, talk to father. But when she goes there, what she finds? Mother reading something and father sleeping and snoring on the sofa. And later she tells her to prepare a gift for her father to be given on his birthday, and suggests that she should make a pin cushion with a yellow silk cloth, and she does that also. But she was confused as to how she would fill that cushion. What will she stuff into that cushion? And what happens? She finds no one to advise her, so she uses her brains. She finds some sheets of paper, and what she does? She takes those sheets, tears them, and puts them in the pin cushion. Fills the pin cushion with these pieces of paper. This is what she had done. And now we have to see what happens next. When she gives that present to her father, will he be happy? Or something else happens? Is she able to give the gift to her father? And the relationship between the father and daughter, does it deteriorate? Does it become worse? Or does it improve? It becomes good. That is what we'll see as we read this chapter today. So take your book and pencil and be ready. That night was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Speech was written on those sheets of paper. Father was searching for it. He required it. And everyone was searching. It couldn't be found. Rooms were searched. Servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. So, all the rooms were searched. Servants were asked, did you find it? Did you find the papers somewhere? Did you take the papers? Finally, mother went to Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Said, I think you have not seen any papers in our room, isn't it? Oh yes, she said, I tore them up for my surprise. She said, yes, I saw some papers. And I tore the papers for a surprise which I was preparing. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. So now mother was surprised. She never expected that Kezia must have seen those papers and taken those papers. But when Kezia says, yes, I have taken those papers and I have torn them. Mother is surprised and mother is angry, and she says, come. This minute you have to come down. Come to the dining room. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. And mother took her down, dragged her. She was not ready to go. Mother pulled her and took her down to the dining room. And father, he was angry, he was tense, putting his hand at the back, he was moving to and fro here and there, he was moving. A tense situation. Well, he said sharply. He said, well, that means okay, so you have done it. Mother explained, mother tried to explain. He stopped and stared at the child, but he stopped mother from speaking and he looked angrily at the child, at Kezia. Did you do that? Yes. No, she whispered, in front of her father. She starts stuttering. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. Go up to the room and bring that thing what she has made. And see that she is put to bed just now. Make her sleep. Father ordered. Crying too much to explain. She was crying. She wanted to explain. She lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. She lay down on her bed. Dim light or no light, evening light was there, and it was making some dim shadow on the floor, like a sad shadow. Alright, and she was looking at that shadow and she was lying there, she was frightened, she was crying. She wanted to explain to her father. Then father came into the room. And how he came? With a ruler in his hands. He came with a ruler. Now she is going to be punished. I am going to beat you for this. And father said, now I am going to beat you. You have done a wrong thing and you should get punishment. Oh, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. She hid under the bedclothes and she said, no. No one wants to be beaten. Isn't it? You like to be beaten by our parents. No. We don't want to be beaten by our parents. So she also said, no. He pulled them aside. He pulled the bedclothes. He said, no. Now I am going to punish you. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. He said, sit up, get up, and hold out your hands. Like this, show your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. He said, I want to teach you that you should not touch a thing which belongs to someone else. This lesson I have to teach you, and this you will understand only when I punish you. So I am going to beat you. But it was for your birthday. But she wanted to explain. She said, I was doing it for your birthday. I wanted to give you a gift, a surprise. She wanted to say all these things. But dad was very angry. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. But dad did not listen to all this. With the ruler, he beat on her palms, pink palms. They became red after she got beating. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair which keeps on moving like this, no? Front and back. Okay, rocking chair. The child clung to her soft body. After getting the beating, after that many hours later, grandmother wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her. Alright, grandmother took care of her. She clung to the soft body of her grandmother. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed and she was crying. And she asked her grandmother, for what has God made fathers? Why has God made fathers? There is no need of a father. Here's a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Now grandmother did not know what to answer, what to tell this little girl. Her hatred for her father was increasing. And that is why she is asking, what has God made fathers for? Grandma didn't know what to tell. So grandma gave her a handkerchief, said, blow your nose. Clean your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. And she said, go to sleep. And when you sleep and wake up in the morning, you will forget everything what had happened today. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. She said, I have tried to explain to your father, but he was not ready to listen. He was very upset. Those papers were very important papers for him. That is why he was very upset. And he was not ready to listen to anyone. He was not ready to listen to any explanation. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. She was frightened. She never forgot what had happened to her. And after this, whenever she saw her father, she would put her hands at the back and she would turn red because of fear. The McDonalds lived next door. Another family lived next door. Their name was McDonalds. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Tag is a game. So the little girl used to look through the fence of her house. She would look into their house, and she found that they played in the evenings. The father with the baby, Mao, the baby's name. So the small baby was on his shoulders. 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets. 2 little girls on the side holding on to dad. Ran round and round the flower beds, and they would run here and there. Papa also running with the children, shaking with laughter, and they all would enjoy, laugh and everything. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him, the pipe. They turned it and put water on dad. And he tried to catch them laughing all the time. And dad was not angry like Kezia's dad. He laughed and he tried to catch them. So he used to enjoy with his children. He used to play with his children. He used to spend time with his children. This is what Kezia missed. She did not get time and affection from her father. That is what she wanted. And because she was not getting the time and affection that she needed, she was getting farther and farther from her father. Her relationship with her father was getting worse and worse day by day. Then she decided there were different sorts of fathers. So then this thing came to her mind. She came to a conclusion that fathers are of different types. One is her father, who is very strict, who has no time, all the time shouting at her, even beating her. And one is Mr. McDonald, playing with his children, enjoying, laughing. Children do some mischief, then also he enjoys. So she came to the conclusion that there are different types of fathers. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. Now one day, Kezia's mother became ill. And because mother was ill, so mother and grandmother went to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. So this girl was alone with Alice. Mother and grandmother had gone to hospital. That was all right in the daytime. Daytime there was no problem. But while Alice was putting her bed, she grew suddenly afraid. But while Alice was preparing Kezia's bed, Kezia became afraid. What will I do if I have a nightmare? Nightmare, a very bad, frightening dream. She asked Alice, what will I do if I have a nightmare? I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. And she said, often I get nightmares. And whenever I have nightmares, Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery, very silent, darkness and silence. I'm afraid of all this. And then I have nightmares. So now what will happen? You will go. Grandma and mama are not here. What will happen to me? I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of the silence that is there during the night. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice. Alice said, don't worry, you just go to sleep, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. So removing the socks of Kezia, Alice said, you don't worry, you just go to sleep and sleep nicely. And don't shout and scream and don't trouble your daddy. But the same old nightmare came. This is the bad and frightening dream that she often has. What is it? Let's see. The butcher with a knife and a rope. A butcher coming with a knife and a rope towards her, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile which she could not move, could only stand still, crying out. So in the dream, she would be standing there, and a butcher, a person who sells meat and all, okay, a butcher, he would be coming with a knife and a rope and smiling and laughing towards her. And she is frightened, but she is so frightened that she is not able to move from her place. This is the nightmare that she often has. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. So now what happened? She had that nightmare when she went to sleep. This is that bad dream, that frightening dream that she sees when she goes to sleep, the dream that she has many times. And in that dream, a butcher, a person who sells meat and all, a butcher comes with a knife and a rope towards her with a very dangerous and frightening smile. And she is standing at one place and she is crying, but she is not able to move from her place. And she calls out her grandma for help, Grandma, Grandma. And after saying Grandma, Grandma, suddenly she opens her eyes, and what she sees, her father is standing beside her bed. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. What's the matter? He said. So father asked, what happened? Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want granny. She said, butcher, knife, I want granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. So he bent down, took Kezia in his arms, took her to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tugged up the child. A newspaper was lying on the bed. He removed that, put the child there, tugged her nicely, put the bedclothes and things nicely on her. He lay down beside her, and he also lay down beside her. Half asleep still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed. So she was not fully asleep now also. She was not able to sleep. Still it seemed that she could see that butcher and she could feel that he is smiling and coming towards her with the knife. So what she did? She crept close to him. She went close to her father, snuggled her head under his arm, put her head under his arm and held tightly to his shirt Went near to her father, held his shirt and tried to sleep. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Now she was not afraid. When she was very close to her father, she was not afraid of the dark. Now no nightmare would disturb her. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Her father was watching, her father was knowing what is happening. So he said, rub your feet against my legs. He felt that her feet are cold because of the fear. He said, rub your feet against my legs. They will get warm. See how caring he was. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. And before Kezia could go to sleep, father slept. That means he was very tired. He had been working the whole day. So he was tired. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. Suddenly, she felt funny. She said, my poor father, he is not very big person. And there is no one to look after him also. He is taking care of me. He was harder than grandmother, but it was nice hardness. She was sleeping close to her father. She could feel that her father's body is very hard, not like her grandmother who is very soft. But she was liking this hardness, this rough and tough body of her father. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. See, now she is understanding the thing that every day my father gets tired, and because he gets tired, he can't be like Mr. McDonald, our neighbor, who is always playing and laughing with his children, spending time with his children. My father doesn't have that much time. He is very busy and he has to work hard. And by the time he comes home, he is so much tired. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stayed suddenly and sighed. And then that thought came when she tore the papers which had his beautiful writing. He had written the speech. And suddenly she moved a little. And what happened? What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? See, father woke up and he said, what happened? Another dream. Another nightmare troubling you. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. She said, my head is on your heart. I can hear your heart beating. Actually, what she is saying is, now I understand your heart. I understand the true love that is in your heart. Now it has become clear to me that you love me so much. You care for me so much. This is what actually she wants to say. What a big heart you've got, father. And she says, Dad, you have a big heart. A big heart means you are very kind. You are very considerate. You are a very loving person. Such a big heart you are having. Now she understood her father. So with this, the chapter comes to an end. And what lesson we take from this chapter? One thing is that children should listen to their parents. Many times parents may be scolding you. Many times parents may be criticizing you for something. Many times parents may tell you, don't do this, don't do that. But whatever they are doing, it is for your good. They know what is good for you. Today we may feel that why they are saying like this, I know what I have to do. But later we may understand that what they did was right. What we were understanding about them was wrong. And what parents should understand from this is that parents must spend time with their children. That love and affection, that caring that you have for your children, you have to show it, you have to express it. Kijia's father had a lot of love for his child, but he never expressed, and because of that, what happened? She was always frightened. So that was bad for the relationship. Parents and children should spend time together. There should be an emotional bonding between them. Parents are very busy earning money in order to provide all the comforts and luxuries to their children. So children can do without the materialistic things, but more than the materialistic things, what they require is the time of their parents, the love and care of their parents. That is important for the emotional growth. So parents should understand what the children need from them, and children should understand that parents really love and care for them, and so they should always be close to their parents. I hope you have understood the chapter. We'll stop here for today. In the next class, in the next video, I'll be giving you the question answers related to this chapter. So in the next class, be ready with your pen and copies. Be good and take care.